Welcome, everybody. Today is Wisdom Keys with Brother Francis. It is Thursday, April the 7th, 2022. I've been a spiritual counselor for approximately 48 years. I don't look it, right? I hope not. Well, if it happens, it happens. Anyway, I'm so glad to be here today. I have a very interesting topic. I'm kind of smiling about it because I'm not sure how I'm going to present it. And I've written this thing about three different times, three different ways. So I have notes, but I may not even use the notes. What is so interesting is that I'm here today on the Resident Essentials channel here on YouTube. So I hope many of you will be able to click over and see it. Been having little struggles with the internet, so you may not see a link sitting there in the Resident Essentials, the group page on Facebook or any other place. You'll just have to come and hear. Been having a little technicalities lately with the computer system and all. But this is a pretty good topic today and makes me kind of smile. I've been feeling like a cartoon character in a cartoon. I had a dream last night and three characters came to me. So those characters were Elmer Fudd, Daffy Duck, and Bugs Bunny. So that's why my title, if you were on Facebook anywhere earlier today, I said, have you seen Elmer Fudd, Daffy Duck, and Bugs Bunny? They're cartoon characters, but they're somehow related to various types of people, or I would say various parts of ourselves that come into play. Well, Elmer Fudd, he's always calm all the time until he gets upset. And then he's wild and crazy acting. And of course, if you follow the Warner Brothers uh, cartoons, where he interacts with his big old shotgun, right, with the big bell at the end, with Bugs Bunny, who gets him really wired. You know, when Bugs Bunny gets Elmer Fudd wired, Elmer Fudd can't think straight. He's just pure anger. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Elmer Fudds, and I'm going to use myself as a living example. Good afternoon, Resident Essentials, uh, my dear friend. Also, we're going to talk about Daffy Duck. Because Daffy Duck has a part to play as well, just by listening to the name Daffy and Duck. And then there's, of course, the one and only carrot chewing Bugs Bunny. And Bugs Bunny, he has this innate wisdom, but he looks like he doesn't give a hoot about how life is going on, yet he's in tune with everything that's happening around him. So he's not really asleep. And Bugs Bunny, if you remember some of the cartoons, he's always the one that's getting underneath the skin of Elmer Fudd and making Elmer Fudd act out. I'm quite sure you've seen uh, a particular scene. Good afternoon, GL. A particular scene where Bugs Bunny is asking Elmer Fudd would he like to have some coffee, and then he says to Elmer Fudd, "How many lumps?" Meaning of sugar, and of course Elmer Fudd goes, "Well, two," or maybe he said three. And instead of Bugs Bunny giving him three lumps of sugar, he brings out a mallet and hits Elmer Fudd in the head three times until Elmer Fudd has got three bumps on his bald head. Well, as I said, I've been thinking all this week, I've been feeling like a cartoon character. I belong somewhere on a set. Either I was super jovial, So I go from one extreme, which is Bugs Bunny, extremely happy, to the other end where I felt weighted down with the world, which is Elmer Fudd. And so Elmer Fudd, he represents all the burdens that we carry around all the time, where we take on so much stuff and we feel like we have to protect everything all the time. We have to protect ourselves, we have to protect our property, we have to protect our possessions, our money, and most of all, protecting who we are, who we think that we are. Yeah, that's Elmer Fudd. And now, and there's some other cartoons much later down the line where Elmer Fudd is considered a wealthy person. And there's always this phrase you see him with a open shirt with an ascot. That's the handkerchief that puffs up in the front, and he's looking debonair. He doesn't even walk around with his shotgun anymore. He says, "Hello, I'm Elmer Fudd. I'm a millionaire, and I own a mansion and a yacht." And then he just goes on about his business. He's now super calm. Then there's, of course, Daffy Duck. Well, Daffy Duck somehow is the balancing point between Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd, those parts of ourselves. I know numerous times I say to myself, man, I should have went that way instead of this way. I'm feeling like wired, but I'm feeling like I don't feel like making any decisions. I feel rather daffy today. And daffy is almost another way of saying doofy, making dumb mistakes. But they're just cartoon characters. In fact, if you look at the colors of Daffy Duck, he has the orange bill. That's orange is creativity. He's predominantly black in his color, and that's earth tone. That's being down to earth. Sometimes might be a little moody, but not necessarily. He's Daffy Duck. Somehow he's alive with energy. He's carrying the energy. He's like the womb of energy that Elmer Fudd comes out of and Bugs Bunny comes out of. So, how many times can you see yourself being like an Elmer Fudd? Elmer Fudd, he's working hard. He's supposed to be like a farmer in some sense. So he's farming, he's tilling the land, his ideas. He's constantly working on his ideas from sunrise to sunset. He does allow himself to get some sleep. That's something I got to work on. But Elmer Fudd, he's a very interesting character. He's always doing something, always busy all the time. Elmer Fudd takes himself rather seriously. Yeah, Elmer, you rarely see him quit. You rarely see him stop. He's always checking something out with his house, with his property, you name it. He's busy, 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 busy. And almost you never see him with a social life, in fact. He's always having to put up with that character called Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. He's a character all to himself. So when we see ourselves sometimes acting a little daffy, or we're doing something we have no business doing, that could be more like what Daffy Duck is. Or maybe we look at the duck part. Well, I'm not talking about the duck as in an animal who waddles with the big webby feet. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking more about what are we ducking in life? We're ducking maybe a social life, other people. Sometimes, you get overwhelmed in your work and just life in general, and you don't feel like hanging out with people. So some people might think you're ducking them, right? You're not tuning into the world. Or maybe you don't feel like it. So you duck off to the side. You find yourself in hiding. but there's that part of you that wants to participate in life. So Daffy Duck is that one who really wants to participate. He doesn't know if he should stay home or be out. Should he be amongst his peers or should he be hanging out? Trying out new things and different things. Most of the time when we see him, he's dealing with Elmer Fudd or Bugs Bunny. Those are his buddies. Those are different sides of him. So maybe we might see the Double D guy as somebody who's trying to hang in there. He's trying to make it work. He doesn't know if it's going to work out. He's not sure if his life is going to be in order, but he's going to try anyway. He's going to do something. He's going to look at what he's acquired. He's going to look at maybe what's in his library, or maybe he's going to look at a little bit about his past. Maybe he's going to see where he made some errors and how he could change things. One of the things about Daffy Duck, he's pretty much like Elmer Fudd. They stay within the box. There's a box that they have created for themselves, and they stay within that box. They're pretty comfortable in that box. Well, that's their life. Daffy Duck will always find other ducks to hang out with. Elmer Fudd will find other people to hang out with. But then there's that special animal, Bugs Bunny. He's a little different. See, he could hang out with other rabbits, but he prefers to hang out with animals who are different than himself, such as Daffy Duck. Now, there's some other characters that he's hung out with, like Sylvester the cat. He's hung out with him. He's hung out with that chicken, that big chicken who's actually more like a rooster, right? Who is like a general of things. But most of the time, he hangs out with Elmer Fudd. He's trying to bring what? Joy into the life of Elmer Fudd. He's trying to get Elmer Fudd to think beyond his cranium. Maybe that's why he gave him 3 lumps on his head, to get him away from the ego side, to get him away from thinking he's just the only one on the planet. Maybe to reawaken inside himself that there's someone there that's very special, that he should rely on. He should strive to tune into, be someone different than who he's accustomed to being to. Bugs Bunny is very interesting. He's always got his carrot. That's like his magical wand. And he's chewing on that same carrot all the time. Every time we see him, he's got a carrot. He's chewing on that carrot. He loves his carrots. We know carrots are good for the skin at times. Carrots are good for the eyes. So he can see, which means he understands how life works or how he can be in the world. Sometimes Bugs Bunny doesn't look like he has a care in the world, right? He's like furring through the desert, pops up. Hey, I think I'll visit my brother Irving in Albuquerque. I'm living in Albuquerque right now. The cartoon world, Bugs Bunny. Yet Bugs has a very uncanny spirit about him. You can't really figure out who he is. One thing for sure about Bugs Bunny, I don't remember any episodes where Bugs Bunny is ever sad, moody, angry. He's always full of life. He's always jumping around. Yeah. And they came to me in a dream early this morning. They manage, just like Resident Essentials Michelle says here, the characters get along. That's what's so interesting about it. All of them get along. It kind of, I'm going to one day maybe talk about Star Trek, the Voyager. That's another one that has a lot of wisdom, a lot of spiritual wisdom, metaphysical meanings happening in there. And the thing about it is like everybody's together. So that's what's so significant about Bugs Bunny. He's actually the glue. He's actually the glue in Elmer Fudd's world. If Bugs Bunny was never around, Elmer Fudd would never take a break. He'd be chomping at the bit, busy all the time. He might even have a boring life, but it may not be boring. Maybe that's just exactly what he wants to do. Sun up to sunset. Because we've never seen any episodes where he's hanging out. But we do know somewhere down the line, he becomes a millionaire, he owns a mansion, and he has a yacht. So maybe his driving spirit got him to that point eventually. Maybe he started working less and thinking smarter to get himself to that point. Because in fact, when you see him in that cartoon, he hasn't aged at all. There's no gray hairs sticking out. There's no beard or mustache with a gray hair. He's clean shaven. So he looks like he went through some changes and he made out quite well for himself. But we don't see anybody else around him. But Daffy Duck is a character. I've been an Elmer Fudd in my life, and sometimes I'm still am. There's other times I've been a Daffy Duck. Sometimes I don't feel like doing my work, so I'm ducking my work. I'll go do something else. All of us have been a Daffy Duck. When we have Daffy Duck, we're supposed to laugh at ourselves when we have a Daffy Duck day. Laugh at yourself. If no one's laughing with you, laugh at yourself. That's like if you went out to go dancing. And I've been in this position numerous times. I'm basically a shy person, but I can dance. And I've gone to some places right here in Albuquerque. I haven't been back in a while, but I go to some of these places and I'll ask people, the women that I see there, would you like to dance? And usually what happens, I get turned down a lot because I don't look like somebody who can dance. I'm not necessarily a sharp dresser. Yeah, I got a blue fedora, but that's worn for like my birthday or special occasions when I'm led by my higher self to wear it. But I remember going out about 2013, 2014. My sister Vernell and her son William, maybe it was 2012. Yeah, 2012, because William was 12 at this time. And her partner at that time, Billy, and Vernell, of course, myself. We had an elder friend, she's Colombian. Her name is Francisca. And Francisca invited us to this Cuban festival at the National Hispanic Center. And it was going to be nothing but dance, dance, dance. The restaurant was going to be open. You can go in there and have a meal if you want, but it's set up to dance. And I remember I went in there and I was, a little bit like an Elmer Fudd kind of personality because I really wanted to kind of hang back at home and do my work. But, you know, we promised her that we would come. And so, okay, I wasn't feeling well. And it was a warm night. So we got out there and, we're inside and you can walk around outside, but mainly we were inside, two big halls together. And so I went over and finally got someone's attention, a very nice person. I didn't realize at the time that she was a salsa teacher salsa dancer. You could tell by the way she carried herself. One or two moves on the floor, she was a salsa dancer. But now I can stay in rhythm with people, but I couldn't get down the salsa steps like she wanted. So I became like the Daffy Duck partner. I didn't want to be on the floor, but I'm trying to be a gentleman at the same time to this woman, dressed up in a frilled dress and the white on, and the white shoes, looking immaculate. I looked okay as far as I thought. I don't think she was judging me by appearance. It's just that I couldn't get the instructions down right. So I kind of like, I think danced one or two tunes with her and bowed and said thank you and went back over to where I was with Vanessa and her family. Then Francisca rolls back around and she says, Mr. Francis, why are you sitting here, Brother Francis? I said, well, I tried dancing, can't get anybody to dance. I mean, the lady over there, she kind of got upset because I wasn't following the exact order of the salsa steps. So Francisca went and got one of her elder friends, who was also an usher for this event, and the usher danced with me during her break time. So she had about 10 minutes of a break time. So we danced, which is good because I'm not a competitive on the floor. I'm not like that. I just want to have fun. So I was still allowing to be Daffy Duck. Not so much Elmer, not rigid, but relaxed. So then that was over, and I went and stood by the side, danced with Vanilla a little bit. Finally, this person walked in, and Vanilla noticed that the person was staring right at me. Looked like a college student. She had on an African gele. Okay, let me see if she wants. She's looking at me. Let me walk over there. So now I'm more like Bugs Bunny. A good hour and a half is going by, 2 hours. And now the bug side is coming out. That side is really relaxed. I don't care what people think, how I look, how I'm dancing. I'm going to find somebody and I'm going to dance. So I go out. And the reason why I say this, because this is a very important part about who Bugs Bunny is. When you can be the Bugs Bunny in your life and not Daffy Duck nor Elmer. So I go out and I asked the young lady would she like to dance. And she says, sure. Well, it turned out she was like a Bugs Bunny. See, Bugs Bunny knows his domain. He knows his area. He knows where he's supposed to be. He knows the lane he's supposed to be in. But he ventures often outside of the lane. I ventured outside of my lane. I was dancing with a person I must be at least 40 years older than, but person wanted to dance and I felt great because I'm going to dance with somebody. Here's another side of Bugs Bunny. She didn't know whether we should do salsa or not. And I said, let's do what's in here. Do you like to have fun on the dance floor? She said, yeah, I don't, I came here to have some fun. And you look like you like to have fun. I said, just dance. We dance R&B steps to the salsa tune. And all of a sudden, some of the salsa moves came out. And we were doing cha cha cha. We weren't trying to do it, we were just doing it. We weren't thinking. See, that's what Bugs Bunny does. Bugs Bunny doesn't sit back and just think and analyze and analyze. Bugs Bunny is a trailblazer. But Bugs Bunny finds potential Bugs Bunnies. That's what he does. He finds the potential in other people, the potential to be happy, the potential to be great, the potential to be healthier, the potential to be the best you, the best version of yourself, not the one from yesterday, but the one that's coming in now. So when that night came and I danced with that young lady, we must have danced for 20 minutes. Them tunes were long. That's the only thing about salsa dancing. They're not short tunes. They last 5 minutes at a clip. And then when they move them into the next tune. So we danced to a lot of tunes. Both of us full of sweat. But guess what? We weren't trying to be on a pedestal. The eyes were upon us. And those people who couldn't do salsa were joining us, dancing from the heart. That's what life is about. Learning to dance from the heart, learning to just be yourself. You don't have to pretend to be anybody else. You're going to have your moments when you need to go be like an Elmer Fudd, but you don't have to be angry and you don't have to be moody. Please don't be angry at yourself and don't transfer that anger to other people. If you just want to be to yourself and be quiet, transfer that. Transfer that energy. If you're going to be a Daffy Duck and you're going to make mistakes, so be it. Everybody makes mistakes. We all do. The most important thing, though, is if you fall off the horse, you know, you're going to have some bruises. You're going to have some aches and pains. You're going to be sore. You're going to patch up your wounds. And then you're going to prepare yourself to get back up on the horse, but ride the horse differently. That's what Daffy Duck always did. He was always doing something or striving to do something different. Because after all, he didn't need to duck his responsibilities. He didn't need to duck any of his gifts. He just needed to make it work the best way he could for himself. And then, of course, there's Bugs Bunny. Get your nourishment, eat your carrot. Do that. Don't forsake your nourishment, but allow yourself to have fun. Don't become full of yourself, meaning don't become egotistical, self centered. Don't put yourself on a pedestal and don't look for other people to put you on a pedestal. Do your part, though. Create your lane, create your path. See, Bugs Bunny, he was kind of relaxed. He didn't rush, but he got stuff done. And he got plenty of rest. And he slept well. And he laughed at himself. And he made others laugh at themselves as well. Bugs Bunny was never a cruel guy. And you come to think of it, Elmer Fudd was never a cruel person either. They just did things differently. So while we're in this world, let's do some things differently. While we're in this world, let's work on ourselves. And if we see someone else that needs help, if they ask, give them the help. Assist them. But one of the biggest things you can assist people with is what? Giving them a hug, embracing them, telling them how much you love and appreciate them in your life. People like to hear that. We need to tell people how much we appreciate them being in our lives, being a part of our lives, being a part of our journey, because that's important. Not only does it help them, but it helps you express those thoughts to those people who help you out. And again, there's going to be the days when you're going to be like Elmer Fudd, but one day you'll be a millionaire in your own way with your own mansion and your own yacht. One day you'll be like Daffy Duck with the orange bill. You'll be very creative. And bill is symbolic of money. And bill will be able to talk money into your life in a creative manner. And then you'll be like Bugs Bunny, who carries around an orange carrot for a reason. Not just the snack on it, but it makes him think and it makes him healthier. So he's always saying, eat some healthy foods. Well, that's my message for today. Have you seen Elmer Fudd? Have you seen Daffy Duck? And have you seen Bugs Bunny? These are the different parts of ourselves that allows ourselves to be in life and live life differently. We don't have to live life doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, that's what Elmer Fudd was doing, right? Elmer Fudd was doing the same stuff over and over again. But sometimes Elmer Fudd got upset. Elmer Fudd got angry. And when that element of fire rises up in the body, it can burn us from the inside out. It can create ulcers in our system. We could have acid reflux going on. We could develop rashes. We could have high blood pressure. Elmer Fudd, in the beginning, had all those things. We can be Daffy Duck. We don't take care of ourselves. We can be like Daffy Duck. We're ducking our own responsibilities to ourselves or our agreements, things we agree to do with others. So there's a part of you that's going to be Daffy Duck and it's okay, but don't overdo it. You're going to be a little bit of Elmer Fudd, but don't overdo it. The glue that keeps them together is Bugs Bunny. Bug. Bug people. Bug yourself. Hop around and make a difference. Like that, huh? Bug others, but hop around and make a difference. Share who you are with others. Show your brilliance. Show your comedic side. Show your love for humanity. Show your love. It's that thing people do like this, like creating a heart. Use your heart to love others unconditionally. I'm quite sure that at some point in your life, you will come across difficulties. Don't shoot anybody down because you need those people. Don't burn your bridges too soon because you might need them or they might need you. Don't act too daffy. Don't duck too much responsibilities, but dunk in life. Be in life. Live life and live it well for yourself. Make an impact on someone's life, especially your own. Be like Bugs Bunny. Don't pick at other people too much. If someone asks for your help, don't give them something else. That's what he was good for, right? Remember, Bugs asked Elmer Fudd while he was drinking his coffee, did he want what? How many lumps? Because he had the sugar dish there, but he didn't give him sugar. He gave him a mallet, 3 bumps on his head because he wanted 3 lumps. I just say all these things today because we need to take a closer look at ourselves. As time goes on, we need to start studying nature again, like our ancestors did. We need to go for a walk or a hike or bicycle or jog a little bit or get into a fitness center. And if you don't have any of those things, just do some stretching on your own. It's time for all of us to do something a little different. Remember now, Bugs Bunny always was thinking outside the box. He was never limiting himself. So don't limit yourself either. You can be persistent. You can push forward like Elmer Fudd did. Or you can be like Daffy Duck and make some mistakes. It's okay. Or you can be like Bugs Bunny. Hop around, make an impact in the world in your own way. So that's my message for you today. Before I sign off, we have a psychic fair going on at Resonant Essentials located at 3107 Eubank Boulevard, Northeast. I had to think about it. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Zip code in the area is 87111. It's the green building inside the Scottsdale Shopping Plaza. Going to have a lot of good people in there. Michelle Vidal will be there, the owner of Resonant Essentials. And she's going to be doing some energy work with you, perhaps, and some spiritual counseling and mediumship style readings. If you're seeking that, maybe you want to connect with someone from the other side that's connected to you family wise. We'll have Tracy Whitted will be there doing transmosis healing, a combination of many forms of healing. Together, she'll be there. Elizabeth Prosopio, I think that's how we pronounce her name. She's doing soul face portraits. You got to get in there. Sign in, sign up. Ask Michelle of Resident Essentials how you can get on her list because I think it takes about 45 minutes, almost an hour to do. And it's $75 for the session, but it's well worth it. I've gotten those portraits, and they're phenomenal. You're gonna have Susan Zumo doing perception awareness technique readings and soma pi healing. You'll have Rosemary Navarra with her oracle cards and her tarot cards giving you readings. We'll have who else will be in there? Donna of Dominion Tarot. She does tarot readings as well. We're gonna have other people in there. You got to come on in there. I'll be there doing Angel of Grace readings and Celestial I Am drawings with the colored pencils. That's like $30 for 30 minutes, and you get a reading with it. Most of the readings are $20 for 20 minutes. Healing sessions, most of them are $20 for 20 minutes. So you just got to get in there. It starts at 12 p.m. Admission is free. We'll be there until 5 p.m. Now, don't come at the last minute to get a reading because we're shutting down at 5 p.m. But come in there anytime between 12 p.m. Let's say your last session is at 4:30. Bam, and get your session on with us. We would be glad to see you. I think we're going to have Lori Tanner there doing, I think, having these healing necklaces that you can touch, and she might do some energy work, checking, the levels of your energy. So we're gonna have a lot of people in there. Might be some other people will be brand new. You need to get in there. That is this Sunday. This Sunday, like Bugs Bunny would say. Come this Sunday, which is the 10th, right? April the 10th at Resident Essentials, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. $20 for 20 minutes or $1 a minute, or maybe you only want 10 minutes. We handle you. Maybe you just want to meet us. Come and meet Michelle Vidal. I would meet Michelle. She would be glad to meet you. Maybe you want to sit down and do classes there or something. You could ask her all about that. She will give you all of that information. So be sure to come on through for Sunday. Now, we should be open during the week. So we have somebody there maybe on a Tuesday, which is Amber. She'll be doing Reiki of the Heart. She'll be in there and Mondays sometimes Tracy Whitted is in there. So you need to, go to the Resident Essentials, the group page on Facebook, and type in and get the information on the psychic fair, okay? Or give Michelle Vidal a call or send her an email. All right, and get all this information because you're going to need it. You can email her at Michelle at residentessentials.com. I got a mouthful to say. What else can I tell you? Just show up. I'm there on Saturdays with my Creative Pathwork Meditations, $10 per class for 1 hour, 12 p.m. To 1 p.m. There's going to be some other things going on. I think we won't be there. I won't be there the Saturday after, so just connect with us. I think we're going to be off 1 week and they will probably be closed. But you just got to let us know so we can accommodate you at the right time. You can email me at iam.circlegrace1@gmail.com. I'd be welcome to help you out. All right, I am now going to sign off. I'm glad I was here. Glad I had some company. Thank you, Resident Essentials. Thank you, GL. Thank you, Amber Jojola, for being here. What you can do is click like. If you're going to do this as a replay, please type in replay for me. Leave your comment. I'll be glad to hear your comment. Share it out to your friends around the world. Resident Essentials is here and it's beaming us up. It's reaching people and it's helping people find themselves. So take care. I love you unconditionally. My grace is your grace. I'll be back on time, which is Thursdays with Wisdom Keys at 1 p.m. I was just running a little late today. So I'll be back on next Thursday at 1 p.m. with another interesting topic on Wisdom Keys with myself, Brother Francis. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. See you soon.